Good morning, one and all. I welcome you in 1 week online FDP on stepping towards problem and project based learning for academic excellence, June 9 to June 13, 2020, organized by Department of Mechanical Engineering, Kolhapur Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Autonomous, Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Online FDP on stepping towards problem and project based learning for academic excellence. I am going to present lecture 3.2, course level project based learning implementation case study on kinematics of machine. I introduce myself, Jitendra S. Bhatt, working as assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, Kolhapur Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Our department has decided to offer course level project based learning course kinematics of machine. This subject was offered to second year mechanical engineering student in their fourth semester along with course code UMCH0403 for theory, UMCH0432 for lab. The structure of course level project based learning kinematics of machine consists of credits for theory, 3 credits for theory, 1 credit for laboratory. Time allocated for kinematics of machine, 3 hours per week for lectures, 2 hours per week for laboratory. So whatever the part we conduct related with project based learning as a kinematics of machine, during that 2 hours per week for each batch. So theory assessment and evaluation strategy, 100 marks belongs to theory assessment and evaluation. So out of which ISC 1 have 10%, ISC 2 10%, mid sem examination 30% and end sem examination is 50%. So we had decided to select ISC 1 and ISC 2. There we can add 2 component. One component is synopsis presentation of your project based learning, and in ISC 2 progress presentation of project based learning. Lab assessment and evaluation. So as everyone aware about, every theory subject have a different lab. So for lab ISC we have 25 marks, out of which lab ISC we kept 15 marks for final presentation of our project. So this is the overall idea about course information and structure. Then coming to the next point, course learning objective and outcome. So here whatever the course learning objectives, those course learning objective we have mapped with outcome, and all these clubbed in the project based learning of kinematics of machine. Course learning objective number 1, define various terminology related to kinematics of mechanism. So the terms associated with kinematics of mechanism. Second, develop competency in drawing velocity and acceleration diagram for simple and complex mechanism. So drawing of velocity and acceleration diagram for simple as well as complex mechanism, here we have give this course learning objective. Third, discuss effect of friction in various mechanisms. So what is the effect of friction in various mechanisms that they have to study. Next, design cam with follower for different applications. So design of cam along with follower for different application with the help of project based learning. And at last, select different power transmitting element or component for project based learning. So these course learning objective, once we fulfill with the help of project based learning of kinematics of machine, then we have a course learning outcomes. Number one, student should be able to, once they learn this particular subject and once they complete the project, they will able to explain kinematics of mechanism, identify the mechanism for various application, apply the principle of kinematics to mechanism, and at last analyze mechanism using graphical method. So need of course level project based learning for identified course. So as we know, this particular needs comes from to develop a project based learning curriculum for the course kinematics of machine. So our department panel board of study has decided this particular subject put into the project based learning or problem based learning. So for that we should develop the project based learning curriculum. We had developed the project based learning curriculum for the course kinematics of machines. Then project based learning curriculum include the details such as a problem statement, activity of project with timeline, assessment and evaluation strategy for the desired outcome of the project work. So whatever the project student decided to take for the study purpose of project based learning, for that we had developed problem statement, then we prepared the activity chart with the considering our timeline of our semester. Then we had decided to take assessment and evaluation tools or strategy. We made a strategy for assessment as well as evaluation of that particular project based learning of kinematics of machine for desired outcome of our project work. To improve the important process skills such as project based learning important because project based learning change our learning style of passive into the active. So definitely there are different skill set improved with this particular project based learning for the subject kinematics of machine. So problem solving ability, critical thinking, time management, project management, teamwork, communication, self-directed learning of the student. To improve learning motivation in student, to make them active learners. So as I told while previously when we taught the same subject as a part of our curriculum, at that time student prepare with passive or our traditional method, but here we have changed their method of learning into passive to active with the help of project based learning. So to improve learning motivation in student, to make them active learner. So these are the things which are decided to go for this particular subject as a project based learning. And at the end, as I told, change style of learning passive into active. Obviously with the help of this different skill set developed with the help of project based learning, so they have changed their style of learning into passive to active learning, as well as they can learn this particular subject with their own space, because once they go for similar kind of project based learning subject, definitely their ability or their approach related with problem solving or critical thinking, or they can go for time management or project management or how to work in a team, as well as communication skill and self direct learning, so they can learn by own by doing by things through this project based learning. Methodology, so we have prepared methodology, develop course PBL curriculum and assessment evaluation strategy for achieving desired or desirable outcomes. So development of course project based learning curriculum and assessment evaluation strategy for achieving desirable outcomes. Next one, identification of activity, as I told earlier also. So we have identified certain activity which introduced in semester different week, when I'll explain in detail what are those activity and how to conduct. Then implementation of the PBL project based learning course in entire academic semester. So in our case, subject kinematics of machines, so how to conduct the course with the help of project based learning. Collect student response for PBL activity, as the previous stages where we had decided to develop the curriculum according to project based learning of kinematics of machine, as well as the timeline or frame for entire semester students should engage with the help of this project based learning activity, and implementation of that particular timeline. And at the end we had taken the student response, whether this particular project based learning activity helps to learn them new things. Review of students responses and attainment of outcomes. So here instead of attainment, I would say I have taken their opinions as a part of responses. So in detail, steps involved in the methodology. So identification of problem statement of projects of kinematics of machine, then finalization of assessment and evaluation methods and rubrics. So once we offer different problems for project based learning of kinematics of machines, then we had decided to finalize the assessment scheme and evaluation method, as well as the rubrics to evaluate their performance, individual as well as group performance of project based learning. Declaration of problem statement and evaluation rubrics in classroom. So the next step where we declare the problem for entire class. So there could be one problem or different problems. So if you want to give the one single problem for whole class, and if you want to tell them to go with the same problem and come along with different solution, or you can give the different problem related with your projects with your course, and tell them to go for different idea and go for identify the different problem related with industry or any related with society, and come with solid or strong solution which will help to industry as well as society. So as well as when I announced the problem in classroom, at that time I told them how this particular process work in entire your semester, and how it will be evaluate with the help of different rubrics. Course level project based learning project synopsis presentation. So there is a first check or first part of synopsis presentation of their project, where we told them, when you come for the synopsis presentation, you come along with a drawing sheet, or you can prepare a PowerPoint presentation in which show the title of your project statement of your project or problem description, objectives, your plan of work or methodology which you followed to solve that particular problem, and team name of their team members. So when they present this particular synopsis presentation, we used to give them the correction, modification in their synopsis, so they can able to modify or change their synopsis, because unless you give them the proper guidance or direction, they may not solve that particular problem. So for them, synopsis presentation is like a roadmap. So if they prepare correct roadmap, then definitely they will achieve their solution, and they will do something which is helpful for industry as well as society. Next stage, where course level project based learning project progress presentation. So at this level, we expect students should come along with either case study of their project or some model. So 50-60% work has to be finished at this particular stage. Then course level project based learning final evaluation of projects. So entire 100% project completed at this level, and with the help of rubrics we evaluate their performance, individual as well as group. Collect student response for PBL activity. As I told, here I have their opinions about this particular, or response about this project based learning activity of kinematics of machine, and at last review of students responses and attainment of outcomes. So how that particular project based learning activity useful for them to develop different skill related with critical thinking, time management, project management, safe learning directive. The next, problem statement for course level project based learning. So as I told, at second year level they may have different problems, how to identify the problems, how to describe the problems. So we had decided to give them 4 different problems which are mapped with our different units. So altogether for kinematics of machine we have 6 unit. Unit number 1, basics of kinematics. Unit number 2, velocity and acceleration analysis of mechanism. Unit number 3, friction. Unit number 4, cams. Unit number 5, belts and dynamometer. And unit number 6, theory of gear. So all these 4 problems which are in line with our units. So any group has to choose any one problems. Definitely they will get knowledge of at least one topic. So the curriculum and our project based learning problems are in line with each other. So I just read for you. Problem statement, design of mechanism. Identify any mechanism used in practice. Draw its kinematic diagram with scale. Determine its number of links, joints, degree of freedom. Draw velocity diagram. Prepare working model for the same and prepare its working model. So they could use their previous knowledge of AutoCAD or CATIA if they learned in previous semester to complete this activity, as well as whatever we taught in classroom related with basics of kinematics or related with velocity and acceleration analysis for different mechanism. So with the help of that project based learning activity, they can implement this particular knowledge of different unit in this first problem. So similarly, second problem, design of drive system. So identify any practical power transmission system, identify its elements, prepare its working model, calculate velocity ratio, find actual dimension of its element. So here belts and diameter as well as theory of gears, the knowledge of these particular topics can be useful to address this particular problem. Similarly, design of CAN. Here I have given one common problem. Design of CAM operated mechanism for alternate sorting of items from conveyor prepared working mode. So we could design or we could develop one CAM and follower mechanism for any kind of industrial or societal problems which could solve with the help of CAM and follower mechanism. Similarly, the last one, analysis of power screw. Identify any power screw applications, prepare drawing of the same, calculate screw parameter, types of threads or lead, pitch, etc. Prepare its working model. So if you look at all topic where they have to go with at least one problem they have to choose, and with the help of that the activity we involved in their projects, and once they complete those activity they can learn lot of things with the help of this particular project based learning. So these are the 4 examples of project based learning, but this particular project based learning or problem based learning activity, either there are 2 ways. So you can offer one single problem for whole class, or you can give them a variety of problems. So with the help of these particular 4 problems they can go for variety of problems from industry or from society, and they can address those problems, and with the help of knowledge of kinematics of machine they can solve those problems, as well as they can learn a lot of things. Assessment scheme. So we had decided ISC 1 synopsis presentation, so ISC 2 project progress presentation, and lab ISC final project presentation. Evaluation scheme and rubrics for evaluation. So evaluation scheme, again ISC 1 synopsis presentation for 5 marks. So you can decide your marks is not much important, but in my case I have decided to evaluate their performance at first stage with synopsis presentation for 30 marks, for example. So that 30 marks I have converted into 5 marks, and those 5 marks consider in their performance of theory out of 100 marks. Likewise, ISC 2 project progress presentation 5 marks. So again 30 marks project progress presentation converted into 5 marks, and these 5 marks considered out of 100 marks performance. Similarly, final project presentation 15 marks lab ISC, out of 25 marks of their lab or submission activity. Out of 25 marks, 10 marks only we kept for assignments or experiments, but out of 25 marks, when 15 marks allotted to lab ISC final project presentation, student used to take interest to do this particular activity as a challenge. Say actually they don't know the fruits of this project based learning activity. Initially you should encourage them. You have this ISC 1 for 5 marks, ISC 2 for 5 marks, or lab ISC for 15 marks as a synopsis presentation or project progress presentation or final project presentation. So you can go consider these different points as a rubrics. So attendance in their labs 5 marks, innovation of their project, leadership where you can evaluate the individual performance, planned work, how they planned the activity, how they planned the work, how they achieve that particular stages, question answer, while presentation of synopsis or project progress or final project presentation, how they give the answer, how individual student give the answer about their projects. Next, course level project based learning activity with timeline. So this timeline is very important. So when I announced these 4 problem, I told them this particular timeline, and for that I have done one thing. I have announced the problem along with timeline, as well as I have displayed the notice of this particular timeline. They should follow this timeline and they must complete their project with the timeline or time frame of 14 weeks, because all these 14 weeks enough to complete your semester. So let us start with first activity, project based learning awareness in class. So I aware about so project based learning practitioner faculty member should aware to students. So students should know each and everything related with project based learning activity. What is project based learning, how this project based learning execute, how it will useful in your career, what are the learning outcome of this particular project based learning activity. So in a first week you should aware them to project based learning activity. Then in the second week, announcement of problem. Similarly here, when you announces the problem, you should give them liberty to go for different problem also. So in my case, I told them these are the 4 different problems. You can go along with these 4 any one problem out of which out of this 4 problem, or you can select one problem which has to inline our curriculum of kinematics of machine. In the third week, third activity, team formation and allocation of mentors. So if you consider one class of 60 to 70 students, definitely 16 project groups can form in one classroom. So as a one person, it is very difficult to handle 16 team, as well as it is very difficult to guide, and it is very difficult to solve their problems. For that, if you have the team in your department, you can utilize the team of faculty member of 15 to 20. So in my case, I have decided to allot mentor for each batch. So what is the role of mentor, that part I'll tell you in this particular presentation. So mentor has to meet batch every week or any time whenever that particular project batch has problem. Mentor has to solve that particular problem, as well as mentor has to supervise their activity, whether they go on a correct path. All those things comes under that. So in third week, I told them to form a team in a batch of practicals. So here we should consider each project batch should not more than 5. It should not be less than 4. Why? Because we can guide or we can give proper focus of batch of 4 to 5 students, or student also work in a team of batch of 4 and 5, because if you allow 3 or more than 5, it is very difficult to solve their problems. This was our own experience. So team formation and allocation of mentor in the third week. The project ISC 1, so the presentation of that particular batch, synopsis in the 5th week, completion of correction in or improvement or modification in synopsis in the 6th week. So again they have to show the same synopsis with modification. In the 9th week, project IC2 means project progress presentation with model or case study. So at this stage student has to finish 50% or 60% work of their project based learning activity. Then 10th week, completion or correction of improvement, whatever the suggestion or modification given in their project progress presentation, they have to finish at before 10th of week. And at 12th week, end semester evaluation of lab ISC final project final project presentation, where 100% project has to be complete, and determine in the last 2 weeks they can go for determining future scope for improvement. Suppose similar subject in the 5th semester or 6th semester, every semester if they have one subject for course level project based learning, they can extend the same project in the next semester also. So I would suggest, if you do some work related with your project in the 4th semester, definitely find out the scope for future scope for that particular project, so that future scope will give you another project in another subject of project based learning. Next, project based learning awareness in class and display timetable. So one by one I tell you how I implement. So the first activity, project based learning awareness in class and display timetable. So this notice was displayed on notice board about the time frame of 14 week of entire semester. What are the different activity for assessment and evaluation? So student has to follow this timeline to complete their project based learning activity. Then announcement of problems for PBL, project based learning, for my subject kinematics of machine. So I have given 4 problems on different 6 topics. So 4 problem we have prepared for project based learning activity for 6 different unit of my subject kinematics of machine. So I have explained in detail in previous slides about this particular different problems, but as I told, I told all the students, when you prepared your groups, your project has to be in line to our curriculum, because whatever we teach during the 3 hours lecture session per week, or some part of practical session or lab session, the use of that particular knowledge in your project based learning activity. Team formation and allocation of mentors. So class of 60 to 70 students divided into 4 practical batches, and each batch consists with 4 project groups. So altogether, if you look at here, 16 project groups. Group name project based learning PBL1, group 1. So PBL1, G1, G2, G3 and G4. These 4 groups from batch number 1. Similarly, group number 5, 6, 7, 8, batch number 2. Group number 9, 10, 11, 12, batch number 3, and 13, 14, 15, 16 in batch number 4. So the department faculty is our strength. So mechanical engineering department faculty member having a knowledge of design, manufacturing, thermal, interdisciplinary, so they can give the proper guidance to the student, as well as they can supervise the work of project based learning activity. So these are the name of our faculty member as a mentor allotted to different batch. Project IC 1 synopsis presentation. So as I told earlier also, project based learning has to evaluate by different person from industry or some academic institute. So in our case, we are fortunate to have Dr. Vikas Shinde sir, who is a pioneer in our country, I would say, or in our Maharashtra zone. Vikas Shinde sir from Vishwaniketan as well as Bhavesh Pasi sir, they given help in executing of this particular project based learning kinematics of machines. So synopsis presentation, where I told student to come along with poster or PowerPoint presentation, you should mention the title of projects, problem statement or description of your projects, objective of your projects, methodology or work plan of your projects, and the team members. So if they have a 4 student team, they distributed these 4 points in their teams, and during this particular presentation of synopsis presentation, every student speak and give the answer of question. So Bhavesh Pasi sir evaluated the synopsis presentation. Before that, I would tell you one thing. When they find out the problems, whether that particular problem is correctly described or whether their problem statement is correct, or for that they have to meet their mentor, or during 2 hours practicals per week, I used to give the time for 1 hour for this project learning activity. Suppose we have a 2 hours time per week for practical, you can finish your assignment or experiment within 1 hour. Then the remaining 1 hour, every PBL practitioner teacher has to utilize for project based learning activity. Then and then only you can successfully complete this activity, because during that 1 hour you can tell your students to sit in their group, chalk down or list down the things to do during the 1 week. Once they list down the things to do related with their project, when they come for the next time for that particular practical, whether that activity is completed or incompleted, what was the problem, why that those activities not completed. So being a project based learning kinematics of machine subject teacher, practitioner, you should be very true to your role, because 2 hours practicals, 1 hour for assignment or experimentation, 1 hour when one team of 4 to 5 students discuss something and come to you, sir, we had decided 2 to 3 activity of our projects, now we have some problems, then you have to give them guideline, or sometimes they can, for within that 1 hour they can go and meet their mentors, they can tell their problems to their mentors, and they can get the solution from their mentor also. So I suggest all the faculty members, utilize 1 hour out of your 2 hour session for this project based learning activity. So these are the good suggestion from our external evaluator. So out of 16 project, obviously all 16 project group cannot excel or cannot have a poor performance. So if you look at some groups are doing well, so for them very good project or lead to startup. So good response from 4 to 5 or 6 groups. There are few groups, they are in between, so they have a potential to do something, but at first stage the some group member are not ready to accept this particular challenge, and some groups definitely slow learner where they may not cope up with this activity. But you should, as a supervisor or as a mentor, you should motivate them to do this activity, because at the end whatever they learn out of this particular activity, that is very useful in their career. So this was a feedback from synopsis presentation of my particular subject. Then project IC2, project progress presentation. In our timeline, 50% of work of project has completed. So the same evaluator I have called for project based learning activity of kinematics of machine to evaluate project progress presentation. So here, with the help of rubrics, their performance evaluated and suggestion or correction given for to complete the final stage or to complete their final project. So I have shown 2 photographs where the same evaluator came and given the guidelines. Evaluation of project IC2, project progress presentation on the basis of rubrics. So you can decide your rubrics. We never say you have to follow these particular rubrics to get good results. So as a teacher, you know your students, you know what to do in your subject, because here you implement this project based learning activity as course level. So we had decided to go with these 3 points. One, percentage of completion of working model. So 50% work has to be or 60% work has to be complete at the level of project progress presentation. So percentage of completion of working model. Second, individual contribution, means number of times present for meeting with mentors. And third, presentation effect or question and question answer. So if you look at this, very good, average, poor, very poor. So with the help of these 3 points, you can give the marks. If 100%, if you consider first percentage of completion of working model. So if at this project progress presentation, if that particular group complete 100% up to project plan, according to project plan, you give out of out marks. Similarly, if all the students present for all the meetings, give them out of out mark. And similarly, if they prepared the presentation in proper manner, if the impact of presentation is good, and if they give answer to your all questions, so you can give out of out marks also. Here you have a liberty, you have freedom to give them out of. And some student, if they laggings, you can aware them what was the problem. You have to improve your performance. So after all those things is useful for their career and to learn something new. So this is the rubrics which I followed to evaluate their performance at project progress presentation. Similarly, at the end final project presentation, KIT have their KIT PBL day. So KIT project based learning day for different branches. So at centrally our college decided to give this project based learning activity in every semester for one subject. So likewise, kinematics of machine decided to explore for project based learning activity. So here these photographs where the same evaluator evaluate the performance of project 100% completed projects. So again we prepared rubrics for evaluation. So use of eco-friendly or waste material based on concept of wealth from waste, project cost, operational accuracy of model in comparison with real life system, individual contribution, presentation followed by question and answer. Obviously you have a freedom to decide the points in your rubrics and give the weightage to each points in your rubrics. So after all, this is for evaluation of our students performance. So you can decide the points according to your convenience, or which will helps to judge the performance of your students. So major project out of this 16 projects, one is good transport machine, tool post grinding belt attachment, multi-way hacksaw machines, semi-automatic injection molding machine, automatic side stand retrieval system, semi-automatic scissor lift stamping machine, semi-automatic envelope cutting machine, laddu shaping machine, bottle crushing machine. So if you look at all these different projects, student came along with different idea and they had given solution to different problem. So project based learning is a lifelong learning. So once they do this activity with 100% of interest, if you encourage them to do this particular activity, this activity will help in your career. It will give you lot of things in your career perspective. So here these different projects, they have completed some problems from society, some problems from industry. So KIT People Day, we organize KIT People Day project competition of project based learning activity of all 16 projects, and after evaluation we appreciate them. So appreciation is very necessary in this particular activity. So at every stage you have to appreciate your different project groups of your PBL as well as individual student also. In let's take example, if we have a group number 1, out of 4 students, 1 student leading that particular group, you should appreciate that particular students. You are a good leader, but at the same time some student have some problems. You can make the change in that particular group. Out of that 4 students, another student who is having a poor performance, you make that student as a leader. So this particular concept is called rotating leadership. So every students in that particular group, if you make it as a leader, definitely that particular students takes interest and do each and every activity by their own interest. So as I told here, this particular project based learning activity convert passive into active. So learning by doing. So every students in project based learning activity of my kinematics of machine learns by doing. Of they got experience from description of or development of problem statement. When they decide the objective of their project, they learn something. When they give the synopsis presentation, they prepare themselves for synopsis presentation or progress presentation or final presentation. So this will helps, definitely this will helps in their career. So obviously as appreciation is needed to students, similarly appreciation also needed to faculty member also. This particular comment or this particular appreciation given by Mr. Bhavesh Pasi from expert firm Vishwaniketan given to me. Why I am mention this particular appreciation, words of appreciation, because if one teachers working on the project based learning subject or course, appreciation, motivation must be required to get good performance from that particular faculty member also. So motivation is required to implement this particular activity. So I just read out. It has been observed that students of a second year division have implemented a project based learning effectively. Role of supervisor, I again repeat, role of supervisor is very appreciable. So when one faculty member decided to implement the project based learning activity in their subject, the role of supervisor is very important. You should true to your role. Unless and until you give your 100% to that particular subject or project based learning, you will not get outcomes, you will not get result of that project based learning activity. So project assigned to the students are really having a practical application for which the role of supervisor is appreciable. So I would thanks to my mentors, because all different project groups, 16 project groups, I am as an individual I am not able to handle 16 project groups. So all the mentors from my department, faculty members done a lot of works. They really do the appreciable job to make this particular activity successful. So KIT PBL Day is one of the appreciating thing for our students when they represent their or exhibition of their projects, and at the end they will get prize. So student response toward achieving of process skill and learning outcome, that I'll explain at the end of this particular video or at the end of my presentation. So at the end of this particular case study, I conclude 32 projects. So I handled one division of 60 to 70 students. Similarly, one of my faculty member, Professor Praveen Gosavi sir, had done a great job. Similarly to my division, he has given 100% to the students with 16 projects from his class. So altogether 32 projects was assessed in project based learning project competition in on KIT PBL Day, and out of which 9 projects, I am happy to tell you that 9 projects were identified for pre-incubation center. We have a innovation and incubation center. So for pre-incubation center, 9 projects were identified. PBL approach used to develop skill set like problem solving, so problem solving, critical thinking, learning motivation, time management, project management, teamwork, how to work in a team, leadership, develops your leadership also. And obviously the communication is always the first priority of our students, so it helps to develop your communication skill also. So see, I have mentioned few of your skills of your students from project based learning of kinematics of machine case study: problem solving skill or critical thinking, learning motivation, time management, project management, teamwork, leadership and communication. When I taught the same subject for 7 to 8 years, traditional teaching method, passive learning, classroom teaching, but here the project based learning approach for the same subject develops these different skill sets in our student community. So PBL, project based learning, converts style of learning from passive to active. So the style of learning passive is converted into active learning, doing by things. So doing by things in your project based learning helps them to convert passive learner to active learner. PBL helps to create self learning ability. So now students, with the help of this project based learning activity, they can become a self learner. PBL gives opportunity to learn outside the classroom. So in traditional teaching process, we teach this same subject in inside the classroom, but here with the help of project based learning activity of kinematics of machine, they learn outside the classroom also, and which is very important according to their career. So when they appear for any in campus or off campus interview, when they go for any interview, most of the companies are asking the question related with their projects. So here this particular project based learning activity helps them to give the answer of each and every question, because they do lot of things in their project activity. So they learn lot of things through this project based learning activity outside the classroom. So they think out of box. PBL, project based learning, have open ended benefits. Whatever I listed and whatever I told, these are the not ends. So this is a open ended benefits. So there are a lot of benefits. You can not evaluate what are the things change after implementing project based learning activity. Thanks. So this is the reference, Dr. Vikas Shinde sir, and one of our faculty member is a resource person and coordinator, Bhedesgaonkar sir, R.C. Bhedesgaonkar sir, published paper on course level project based learning. He implemented project based learning at first year level basic mechanical engineering. So I have taken guideline from Vikas Shinde sir, Bhavesh Pasi sir, as well as Rahul Bhedesgaonkar sir, to successfully implement. Finally, this is a joy of teaching learning process. You can accept these things as a challenge and make this a successful implementation of this particular project based learning activity. Thanks one and all. For any queries or suggestion, comments, kindly contact on given mail ID or mobile number. Thank you one and all. Now I'll show you the feedback or response from my students.
I am studying in KIT's College of Engineering, Kolhapur, and Mechanical Engineering in third year. We were introduced to project-based learning in our second academic year. in which we had to find a problem from our society or industry and create a solution for it. We were a group of 5 friends, and one's family had a machining shop, so we decided to do something in machining processes. For that, we visited their factory. Also, we also learned, watched their all the processes done there. Also, we interviewed a couple of managers, some workers, and made a list of all the problems we encountered. And we chose the problem which would have more impact on the industry and which we were capable to solve efficiently. The problem was that their main product was shafts used in power plants. The surface needed to be super finished, but it was a common conventional grinding machine can't accommodate such length of workpiece. So they were doing it on lathe machine manually by using file, but it was time consuming, and the available grinding belt attachment on lathe is price is more than 1.5 lakh, so we needed some more economical and efficient solution. So we took help from our professors and also searched on internet and found solution for the problem we defined. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Shamita Karvekar. I'm pursuing my undergraduation in mechanical engineering from KIT's College of Engineering, Kolhapur. I'm here to share my experience of PBL activity that I underwent in my second year. Overall, it was a great experience. PBL is a platform where we as a student can enhance our skill sets like logic building, critical thinking, problem solving, product development, and whatnot. Speaking about critical thinking, from the start we focused on building our working model and to make changes so that we can get best output from it. We made a model of sheet metal feeder where we implemented one of the mechanisms of kinematics of machines subject. Day by day, the way we worked, it improved our way of thinking, and thereby we kept on modifying our model. PBL has really helped us improving our critical thinking and make us think innovatively to implement what we have learned in theory. Critical thinking makes us think rationally and then jump to the conclusion. PBL platform has really helped students to be better version of themselves and boost them in learning and gaining overall experience of this journey. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Pallavi Pranav Zaide from TYB Tech Mechanical Department, KIT's College of Engineering, Kolhapur. In a 4th semester, we had a project-based learning activity, that is PBL activity, on a subject naming kinematics of machine elements. That PBL activity was enormously beneficial for all of us. During that PBL activity, I understood that how intrinsic the teamwork is while working on some project or some activity. I understood that how important it is to have a clear communication with your group members. You must be honest with your teammates at every time, and it is very important to be an active listener while having some solution on your problem. Then to have a empathy on for your teammates can allow you to better understand their feelings and their motive. Finally, the overall experience of the PBL activity taught me that the teamwork exists so that the individual having different sets of skills and talent can work together to create something better than that of a individual can create by their own. Thank you.
Good afternoon all. My name is Kiran Ravindra Kame, student of KIT's College of Engineering, Department of Mechanical Engineering. I am here to express my views about how the PBL, that is project based learning, have been beneficial for us and how it has improved our communication skills. So PBL is a student centered process which has been undertaken by various educational institutions throughout the world and has been advantageous for us. It has been stood as a method of deliverance. It has enhanced our cognitive skills within the students, such as creative thinking, problem solving ability, and also most importantly communication skills. These communication skills included the interactions between the mentors, students, and mentors, guides, and industrialists. So along with technical knowledge, strong personal skills, interpersonal skills, and communication skills is a must while delivering a presentation on your project. So the combination of good technical knowledge and good communication skills will definitely provide a successful project. So one should be able to demonstrate his or her difficulties facing throughout the project. So we were able to demonstrate our difficulties, we were able to demonstrate our project through to our mentors. And most importantly, we have provided, we have given time to time feedback and presentations about the process of our project. So this has definitely improved our stage daring, our interpersonal skills, the collaborative collaborative work between the team members, and leadership qualities. So in all, overall, the PBL has been a great opportunity provided by our institutions to us, which has improved our interpersonal skills, personal abilities, and also have created a strong foundation of technical knowledge, which will be definitely useful in our future. Thank you.